At 6 years old, Mary Beatrice Davidson heard a squeaky door hinge every morning when her mother left for work. So she decided to invent something that would oil it automatically. At 6. While most kids were playing, she was inventing. That's when you knew. Invention ran in this girl's blood. Born May 17, 1912, in Monroe, North Carolina, Mary came from a family of inventors. Her grandfather, Robert Fromberger, invented a tricolor light signal for trains and a stretcher with wheels for ambulances. Her father, Sidney Nathaniel Davidson, patented a clothes presser that could fold into a suitcase. Her sister would grow up to invent and commercially sell a family board game. But Mary? Mary would become the black woman with more patents than anyone else in American history, except nobody knows her name. As a child, Mary sketched invention after invention: a convertible roof for a car rumble seat, a sponge tip for an umbrella that would absorb rainwater, a portable ashtray that attached to cigarette packs. When her family moved to Washington, D.C. in 1924, she began walking the halls of the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, checking if any of her ideas had already been patented. Most of them hadn't. But Mary couldn't afford to patent them either. In 1931, she graduated from Dunbar High School and enrolled at Howard University. But by 1933, she had to drop out. College cost too much. Her dreams were expensive, so she worked odd jobs, whatever she could find. During World War II, she became a federal employee. Then in 1950, she became a florist, and while arranging flowers, she kept inventing. In the 1920s, Mary invented something revolutionary: a sanitary belt that would hold menstrual pads in place. Think about what women were dealing with at that time. No adhesive pads, no tampons, just cloth and rags. Women would leak. Women would bleed through their clothing. Women would be humiliated in public. Mary's sanitary belt solved that. It had adjustable straps. It had a moisture-resistant pocket. It prevented leakage. It gave women dignity. But she couldn't afford to patent it until 1956. It took nearly 30 years. Once she finally got that patent in 1957, something happened. According to historical records, the Sonn-Nap-Pack Company contacted her. They wanted to market her invention. Mary thought her life was about to change. According to her own testimony, she said, "One day I was contacted by a company that expressed an interest in marketing my idea. I was so jubilant. I saw houses, cars, and everything about to come my way." Then they visited her home. They discovered she was black, and they walked away. "Sorry to say," Mary recalled, "when they found out I was black, their interest dropped." That's the America she lived in. Brilliant enough to invent, not worthy enough to profit from it. But Mary Kenner didn't stop. According to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, between 1956 and 1987, she received 5 total patents. 5. The most of any black woman in American history. That sanitary belt. A serving tray and soft pocket attachment for wheelchairs and walkers. She invented that for her sister Mildred after she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. A toilet paper holder that ensured the loose end was always reachable. A backwasher that mounted on shower walls. 5 patents. 5 inventions that made everyday life easier for millions of people. And she made almost no money from any of them. Mary married James Jabbo Kenner in 1951, a heavyweight boxer. They adopted one of their 5 foster children, Woodrow. She ran her flower shop through the 1970s while inventing in her spare time. She died on January 13, 2006, in Washington, D.C., at 93 years old. She never received an award, never received formal recognition, never became wealthy, but she never stopped. "Every person is born with a creative mind," Mary said. "Everyone has that ability." Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner proved it. In a world that told her no because of her race and her gender, she invented anyway. In a society that wouldn't market her ideas because of the color of her skin, she improved them anyway. In a country that wouldn't reward her work, she continued working anyway. That's not just invention, that's revolution. That's resistance. That's the power of showing up when the world tells you not to matter. Comment this. What invention from Mary's life would change your daily routine most? Share this with someone who needs to know that genius has no color, that innovation doesn't need permission, and that some of the most important products in your home were invented by a black woman the world forgot. Subscribe to Ikamafuna History TV, because we're recovering the names, the stories, and the legacy of people history tried to erase.